Welcome back to episode 4 of our Solo World No Mods Update 11 play series. So, what we will go and do now is, if you remember the last episode, we had started making wood at a carpentry table. We made our wagon. We started to place basically what would be the roof of our house and laid excess dirt on top of it so that we have a flat area that we can grow anything we want on top. We can put the acorn seeds that we're getting from the oak trees up top and let them start to grow. That's part of gathering as well. Actually, that might be farming skill. I don't remember. But yeah, I think that is farming. But what we will do is we will take off our title screen and show that we are already in game. And as you can see, we are currently making more wood. So we'll come down here. We're going to change this back to floor. As we get a better hammer, we'll get more options to instead of just lines, we can actually do, full squares. So we're going to get rid of this limestone. See, this is what I mean about it being harder hits. This is why sandstone is the primary one that you start with. Once you get into masonry and your skill goes up in mining, you start going after limestone and granite. So while we are still making more wood, let's grab this. We are going to put it right here. We're going to step on this side. We're going to go eat some food since we just noticed that our belly is almost empty. Change tools back and forth so we get back on the shovel quicker. So that, need that one. And we just dropped that down there. Of course we did. Alright, so this goes down here, this goes down here. So that's all even. So now we can pick up the clay that's right here. Oh, broken axe. Or broken shovel. Alright, so repair the shovel. We need coarse stones again. So let's make 4 more of these. It's general labor, so anybody can make those. We're gonna go ahead and move these up here. We'll grab our hammer, grab some more wood. Alright, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here. Go to floor. And see, that little crossing is what I was saying is in this corner as well. That's what happens when you put 2 walls in the corner like that. Okay, 20. Okay, so here and here. Down, down, 4, oh, we got her. Wagon. Shoot, no trees over that way without going pretty bad. Alright, we're going to put our wagon down there for now. We'll be able to get it close enough to something that we can utilize. Alright, so storage. We don't have any more dowels. We don't have any more hewn. So we need more dowels. Let's do another 10. And then we'll come down here to hewn. Mark another 80. That was all our food that we had in our belly. And boom, fill it all the way up with 1,000 calories. Alright, so all we need to do is finish this wall. We're going to put a temporary wall across here. So we enclose this room. We can then bring the research table and the carpentry table down here into this room because it is big enough to handle both. And then, of course, while we're doing this, let's make another stockpile. Because we need to set it up there on top of that for now. So that all our wood will be directly above our table. Yep. Ugh, excuse me. Yep, don't even need the shovel, just need to use the hand. We'll end up taking that one out and replacing it with dirt. But for now, stockpile. Alright, so now we can move all of this over here, move this over here. Of course, I probably just stopped my production. No, I didn't. Storage. It is still within range. So. That's the that's the Wikipedia in-game is F1. So here, we're going to put this over here, move this down here, move these down here, and then we are going to pick this up. So now we'll come over here to the repair bench, find our stones, go back here, and then we will take our shovel back. Of course, now our shovel is only 283 or 287 because it originally started out at what, 400, I believe? Nah. Lost 18 was started at 350. Okay. But as like before, it lost 18% of its durability from repair. The rest of this clay out of the way. So once we get around to it, we can knock the rest of that sandstone out. Go ahead and get this out of the way. That's all sandstone. Alright. Move that down here. That goes there. This all goes down here. Give me 14. Wall. So now we'll come over here to this chest. We'll find our research bench. There. Now we're waiting on wood more than anything else. So I guess we'll come over here. Almost out of food as well, so it's time to let's go 10 more. Alright, so storage, we have tomatoes, taro. What was baked taro? Or the charred taro? Was an okay. Alright, so we can eat that. So let's do some taro. Let's go ahead and do 16. Tomatoes, we're at 30, so let's go ahead and do 10. Mushrooms, we're at 20, so let's do 10 more of those. Corn, we're at 20, so we'll do 10 more of those. Storage. Beans. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do all 10 of those. Alright, so the most you can have on any production table is 5 orders. By orders, I mean 5 items that you've requested to be crafted. And of course, you can move them around if you want. So say I didn't want the tomatoes next, I wanted the beans next. All I have to do is click on it, and I move it over. And it moves to the beginning list. Or I can take something and bring it this way, and it'll become well, it's supposed to be able to drag it the other way, but you know, I can drag them around anywhere I want, like this. It doesn't matter. They're all gonna cook. We're gonna eat them, so that's all that matters. So let's go ahead and eat these. We'll go over here to our trusty little cart. In case you're wondering, we're pulling our cart behind us. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over this way. Now, unfortunately, everything we want to harvest okay, wheat. Get rid of this wheat. Alright, let's go ahead and get some more plant fiber because we're going to need it for the bed. Gathering 1. Or gathering 2, I should say. Oh no, we got our star. We got our star. Look at that. So once we get some more, when we go back, we'll be able to start making furniture. too much weight. So what we'll do is we'll come over here to the cart. It has a max of 1,400 kilos. So if we put this in here, that's 10 kilos. Put this in here, that's another 5. So now when we come over here to take our wood, full stick, and you can put stuff in. As long as you target a storage container, you can left click, or right click I mean, and you will deposit it in there as long as there's room and there is similar items. Well, I can't say similar items, because if it's completely empty, then it doesn't matter. If it fits in there, it will go in there. So things like wood and stone do not go in this chest because they are too large. But things like wood pulp will go into a chest. Alright, let's chop another tree down. So it doesn't fall in the water, because it's a pain in the butt when it's in the water. No food. No food. And our cart is full. Pretty much. Dang it. We know we like tomatoes, so we'll go ahead and eat a tomato, just so we can pick up that, and we'll get the scraps. Clean up our debris. I've been known as a lumberjack from time to time, just to go into the fort. I've gone into like a jungle before and just leveled a mass area and toppled all these trees, because as a lumberjack you get the bonus of less hits, but once the tree is down, it's the same for everybody, same amount of hits in order to chop it up into bits. So if you go in and you level the trees and they're all on the ground and you clean up the debris, anybody else can come by and chop up the trees that are down and get them into wood, and then take them where they need to go. So, alright, alright, so we are making that. Alright, let's come back down here. Ooh, nope. No, that is the right spot. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah. So there, now we've enclosed the room. So now we have a 75 volume room. And it's all tier 2 because it's all made of what is classified as a tier 2 material. Hewn and mortared stone are tier 2 materials. So now any table that required a room tier level of up to 2 will go in this room without any problems, as long as we have the space in volume. So now that we have that done, no projects, so we can pick this up, but we're going to eat first. Storage. There. And if possible, we could take from there. We don't want to put anything in either of these. So we're going to go back and make not 110, just 10. And we'll go and make another 80. So now for time to start breaking rock. Hungry because we put it all into making more wood. These all down to here. Like I said, once you once you get past that first skill or whatever, and you start building up XP to stack, then stars come pretty quick, especially even if with, like I said, the 2% increase that I'm doing. If you look closely, you'll see, remember I told you I just picked up the 4-star that I haven't used yet, but I'm already almost halfway through to the next one for campfire. See, this is why I don't care for sweeping hand, because on at level 6 mining, because I'm already picking everything up. It's quick enough just by holding E. So we do that, and we do... Alright, so that's all of our stone for now. So now all we're doing is we're getting more wood to finish out the other half of that room. So if we go here, and now we can go to walls. Honestly, if we really want to pull those out, that still means it's a room. It's just not quite 2.0. That will be our doorway out to the world. We need to finish the roof up here. And then we just need the walls. Alright, so what we said we were going to take carpentry. So let's take carpentry. That gives us the ability to make the bed. That one's... Oh, that's a 5 furnishing. Yeah, we're going to do that, not that other one. Screw the other one. So yeah, we'll do that. That latrine is a 3 versus... where's that stump? Oh, we got the ability. We don't want the efficiency. Forget the efficiency. Don't worry about it. What you want is the tool strength, because it basically increases the amount of damage it takes, makes it take less swings than it already did with the base level. So we're going to do tool strength. You cannot change this once you take one of them. Keep that in mind. So once you take it, it's permanent. So you have to choose. Any of them that have a tool usage, the first one is either the efficiency or the strength. And really, the amount of calories you're using, eventually, the efficiency doesn't matter. And the other one, if I unlock this like this one will have something specific to this skill. There's two of them. Actually, since I forget what logging is. I think one it deals with debris cleanup to where it doesn't cost you calories, which is usually the better one to take at level 6 if I remember right. I forget what the other one is. Carpentry, ones that are production ones, level 6 is either a room quality trait. Level 3 is either single table or multiple table production. Where if it's the only one that can of that type in that room, it gains a speed bonus. Same thing with the double. It's just with same table you can be producing the same item on two different tables, but it's not going to have the speed factor that a single table with the trait does. So you usually take the single trait because you have you'll do the one table. So where's her 30? Four. Okay, so now we only need 11 more, and we have that, and then we can put some more dirt up there. And then we can, maybe like tear out this wall and use it to build that one or this one. Try to think about what I want to do. Oh, I'm tired. But what time is it for me? Yeah, it's normally my bedtime, so that's why I'm probably feeling tired. So, as you can see, this is how you start doing this. We're not going to need all this wood that we're producing for that room. What we do want, however, is to for the bedroom, wooden straw bed. We will want a hewn dresser and where's the nightstand? Nightstand, I think, is the next level up. Logging level 4, so we don't have the ability to make that just yet. But with the bed giving us 5, the nightstand or the dresser will give us 2 more. So that will give us 7 points of bedroom housing bonus that will add to our XP level. So we may not, now that I think about that, we may not destroy this wall. Oh, we're out of wood again. Okay. So we need to go collect more wood. Alright, trees. See, 4 hits. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quick hits, bam, 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 get them done. No more chopping them as long as we did. And if you remember, oaks took, what was it, 12, 14? So, yeah, these were taking 6 or 7, and just with that power up of tool strength, we've already, you know, not using the axe as much to get the same amount of wood. Clean up. Oh, it's already full. There. Why are you not gonna let me put more in there? It's only 1,200 of 1,400. There we go. Like I said, normal game, normal stack size, that would be almost 7 stacks of wood in there. Because the most you can stack wood is 20. So, you have 2, 4, 6, 7 stacks of wood. put that there. Trying to think of what I want to do. Where are we at? Oh, 46 minutes on this session. I want to finish see, the logs are now being made, but they're automatically being taken by the follow-up recipes that I have queued in. So these are getting made, and they're instantly going to the bed and then the dresser. So we're making the logs. Boom, boom. 13. So next we have 6 wood boards there, and we have 15 there. So what we need to do is come down here, come to here, and make 21 boards to make what we have queued up. Uh, 12. Alright. Alright, once that 10 is done being made, we will queue up another 80. But we will take this and put it here so that they get made first. Then we're, instead of making one and then queuing off a little bit of time on this one, making one, queuing off a little bit of time. This way all the boards get made first, then they'll get put into those two. They just won't craft them. So, you know, bouncing back and forth between orders. So if you put these, something like this after what you really want, so say I had the 80 hewn logs, in front of the dowels that are needed for them, I'd make 16 dowels. Then I'd make 8 hewn logs. I'd go, because I had no more dowels, I would make another craft of 16, 8 more logs, 16, 8 more logs, and it'd keep bouncing back and forth between recipes because the ingredients were there. So either you make all the ingredients in front of the items that you got queued, or you're going to be bouncing between recipes and nothing, and it seems like nothing gets. You're always wondering why nothing's getting made. Alright, so here we have a building made out of adobe that is no longer needed, so we could pick it up and throw it in a stockpile. Of course, that's over there. We need to go ahead and one short. See, now we're making the dowels. Where are we? No, we're making the boards, and they're going right back into the furniture. So, what we need, do we have any dirt? No, we don't. Oh, yes, we do have some dirt. We do have 7 dirt. We'll go ahead and put that there. This means that this is... Oh, I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna throw this up here. So that we can deconstruct this. Yeah, there's no physics. Alright, and that's all cleaned up. Now we can go over here, throw these over here, throw these down here, and throw the other 16 in there. We'll end up using those at some point, just not right now. Trying to decide where to go next. Oh, that was not where we wanted those dowels to go. Alright, now we are crafting our bed. We are then going to craft the dresser. And then we will be making more excuse me. Alright, give me the dresser. Where are we at? We're at almost an hour. So we just need to get a few more. Let's go ahead and put this back. And what this means is that here we're just going to put that in here. Dresser's currently being made. Got 2 minutes on it. Then we'll get that room finished before we quit this session. That's for sure. Let's pick up the cart. And go to 6 and dump it here. So now we can come over here, chop some trees, big time. This is where I say I become like a tornado in a trailer park. Because by the time I get done, you got trees down everywhere. You got debris everywhere. See, this is where if I was working with a non-logger, say someone that took mining from the start, and all they had to do is come over and, yeah, it's going to cost me less calories to chop this tree up than them, but they're not having to spend 7 chops to knock it down. So they actually will end up using less, and especially if I'm the one picking up the debris. Because it is giving me XP. No room. Alright, all the way over to here. Okay, tomatoes, corn, wheat. Seeds. More corn. Food. Alright, and like that we have, except for the stumps, we've just cleared out all the debris. So now we'll come over here. Choppy chop. Or like I say, when you work with a partner while you're doing this, they're picking up the wood that you just got or that you just shot. So all these 5 log segments They're picking up and throwing in a wagon and taking over to your carpentry table and that's already queued up to produce something. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to wait till the end or till you've got the material to queue something up. You can queue it up and then bring the material. Oh, it's full. Not quite. There. Now it's full. Bring the wagon back over. Stop. Just like that, we dropped a whole bunch of wood at our carpentry table. Give us this and give us this. Come down here, go to here. Backpack since it went back there. There. So we need 1, 2, 3, and then whatever it takes to finish that wall. So we need 5, 9. Okay, we need 8 more. 8 more, and we will see something pop up in here for a room bonus of bedroom. And because there are industrial tables, production tables in the other room, that's why we have an industrial there. Industrial, any kind of table that does production, will negate everything else you put in that room. So you could put a table in there, it gets you 0 bonus. You could put shelves, 0 bonus. Alright, one more. And then we'll be done with this episode. So we go here, here, and boom. 7 points of bonus. And what that does is now, as you'll see this, it says 29.62. That's the 22.6 here, plus the 7 here. So that is now our new base for all the recipes. So this is why you want housing bonus. And you want it to be as good as possible. So for the bedroom, right now it is a tier 1.9. If it was full 2, we'd get just a tiny bit more. But we're getting 7 points. Now the thing is, you have for rooms, you have things that, yeah, if you cursor over the room type, it'll tell you what materials you have, like 5 empty corners and 4 clay. The 4 clay are these right, or it's registering these right here. Don't ask me why. But what you have when you look at something like the bedroom, where was that? No, that's debug. All right, let's I'll open this. So, for example, everything has classification. Certain items give you points in certain rooms. So, we had the bed. The bed. Come on, stay. You flashed. You should have stayed. Oh, I know why. Alright, so let's just go to the wiki. Search. Bedroom. Housing. Rooms. So each room is... Rooms are enclosed, protected from elements, where all holes to the outside world are filled with walls, doors, or windows. So my open door frame right now is part of the problem. It reads that as being the open space. You can see the details about a room in a panel on the right side of the screen while you're inside one stating its information. Many types of objects have room requirements and will take up space in their room. They require the materials of the room to be a specific quality. Like I showed you on the production tables, where you need a certain amount of space and a certain tier quality for the table to work. Your housing value is also affected by the quality of the room materials, as I said with the tier. This means a brick house, for example, will provide much more benefit than a dirt hovel. This is why you're constantly upgrading your house with new materials as the game progresses. Furnishings and room types. By claiming land and building rooms on it, you will begin to gain additional experience, which persists even when offline. Adding additional types of rooms and furnishings to those rooms, or for those rooms, will increase it further. Each type of furniture is associated with a category listed below. The room type will be determined by whichever category you have the highest contribution of furnishings from. Each room will have its value calculated by summing all the furnishings inside of it. Repeats of the same furniture inside of room or repeats of the same room type in a house will give you diminishing returns. That is, you will still get housing points for them, but not as many as the first item. Eventually, the point gain will be negligible, and it won't be worth adding any more of that type of furniture to the room or house. For example, your 12th bathroom is going to add much less value to your house than the first one. So, as long as you're the only resident in the house, you are allowed one main. The second one that you have is 50% of the value of what's in it. So say you have two exact same bathrooms. One's giving you 10 points. Exact same one on the second one will only give you 5. Is what they're referring to. It's just a way to get more XP, even though each follow-up room is 50% less than the one before it. So the third room would only give you 25% of the value of what's in it. The next one would only give you 12.5. So you're already down to 12.5 by the time you reach fourth. You haven't even doubled what the amount you're getting from the single room yet, with 3 additional of the exact same room. Now, if you have more than one resident, each resident gets 1 level of the same rooms at full value. So 2 residents will get 2 at 100%. Then it goes into the 50%. But because there's 2 residents, they're also taking a hit for the multiple people inside the same residence, whereas a single person does not. Different types of properties can support different types of rooms. For example, a bedroom is useful for a residence property, but not a cultural property. Culture is completely different. That's with the diplomacy side of the game. I am not going to be dealing with that as in a solo game. While a bathroom is useful in both. Don't ask me why, but some room categories have other types of furniture supporting them. Cultural furnishings can give value to living room, for example. And this support value is capped to a specific percentage of the main furniture. The value of decorations in your bathroom is worthless if there is no toilet, a latrine, a toilet, or whatever else. So you have primary items that give you the major value. All the secondary decorations, such as that dresser that I put in here, will go up to whatever the main furnitures are. Some furnitures are considered support categories only and cannot have their own dedicated room. Dedicated or decoration furnishings can support any room, but cannot be a room category itself. This is where they changed it to where you can't put a statue somewhere and get points for it because there's no main item. Statues are decorations. Some room types have their value capped relative to the primary rooms of the house, i.e., bathrooms are capped by default at 20% of the primary rooms of the house, so that a property that is just one large bathroom won't have any positive value. But if there is other rooms present, it will. Average tier of the room material will also determine your housing value by setting a soft cap. Once your room value has exceeded the soft cap, then you get diminishing returns for additional housing points for that room. When this happens, it may be time to renovate with materials for the room, aka new materials of a higher level. So, housing objects. So, like you see here, where it says room category. As you can see, it's a seating, it's a decoration, lighting for culture. You get so much percent of the cultural furniture. So, we'll look at the bed. Housing components. No. Housing objects. Okay, if we look here. What was it? Wooden? It's not cast iron bed that I want. Alright, I really need to close this one out. Where's the bed? So basically what you're seeing is this wooden bed has a value of 5. It's categorized as the bedroom. Bedroom category rooms can exist on a property type of residence. Support room only. Bedrooms cannot be more than 0% of the property. What do you mean 0%? They can support other. They can get support from other furnishing types. Living room, they can be 25% of the value. Seating can be 30% of the value. Decoration can be 20% of the value. Lighting can be 50% of the value. So what it's saying is, because the bed is 5, any light up to 2.5 will be counted. Any decorations, only 1 point will be counted. Seating, only 1.5 furnishing value will be counted. And anything that is classified as a living room will only be 1.25. So, from that, and then we have the dresser. The dresser is considered a bedroom as well. So we actually have 7. 7 full. As it says, if I put another one in there, the repeat, this would only give 1 more point for the second one. So we're not going to do it. We're just going to deal with having that. So if we then went to... So... living room... tell me. But things like tables, chairs, statues, all that can come in here. The main value is 7. So you're getting 5 from the bed, 2 from the statue for a total of 7. So we can support 7 points of decorations or other furniture, such as seating or lights or what have you. Anything more than that is not going to count. The soft cap is, there. With tier 2, soft cap is 10 points. So we could have 3 more points of actual bedroom item, such as the nightstand that I want to make. Then anything else can go up to that point. After you reach 10 points, that's when the diminishing return occurs. And the reason why you see what you do there on that lower one is because the room tier is not quite 2. The average is 1.9 something because of the 2 open holes for the door that's right behind me. So that is classified as a cap of 9.8. What's it? 9.59. So once we clear those out, we would have perfect room again, and we would fill it. It would go up and give us more room for putting other stuff in. So, I am going to cut, now that we have a bedroom, the next object is to get a bathroom, and that is by extending and starting to rip out even more of this stuff, adding more walls, more floors, more roof, increasing our house, increasing our housing bonus, increasing our XP, and moving on. And you just keep expanding so you get more XP for every skill you do. So at this point, I will save this, and I will see everyone in episode, was this 4 or 5? I don't remember anymore. Whatever episode this was, I will see you in the one that follows. Have a good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you happen to be.